Carrie, roll call.
Jose Arenas, Martin Casada,
Here.
Susan Sarin,
Here.
Hilda Ortega Rosales.
Here.
There being 3 members, there is a quorum.
I now call the regular board meeting of December 17th, 2024 to order. Can I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion.
Do I hear a second?
A second.
Any discussion? Carrie, roll call, please.
Martin Casada,
Yes.
Susan Sarin,
Yes.
Hilda Ortega Rosales.
Yes.
There being 3 in favor, the motion carries.
Student board members, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so for November and December, we recognize 6 outstanding individuals who contribute to the excellence of our schools, our district, and our PESD communities. We give a special thanks to their colleagues for nominating them as we recognize and share their success this evening. We'd also like to express our gratitude to those who took the time to recognize and share, we also like to express our gratitude to the Roman Realty Group for sponsoring this year's Be Recognized Awards. I would like to have the board step up to the front of the dais to recognize our winners as Dr. Cruz reads their names, and we have a photo op. Dr. Cruz?
Good evening, Madam President, esteemed board members, student board members, cabinet, and community. It is a privilege to get to recognize some of our amazing community members this evening. And we're going to start off with Iris Oros, community partner from Quality Bedding. Iris, come on up. Iris Oros is a dedicated community partner from Quality Bedding, and she's a deserving recipient of the Be Recognized Award for her generosity and unwavering support of our district. For 9 years, Iris and the Quality Bedding team have proudly supported the 8th grade Superintendent Student Council's Pillows for Kiddos Kindergarten Service Project. Since 2014, they generously provided materials for over 10,000 pillows, brightening the lives of kindergartners promoting to 1st grade. Her steadfast partnership highlights her exceptional role as a supporter of our schools. We're deeply grateful to Iris and the Quality Bedding team for their tireless dedication and lasting impact, embodying the spirit of the Be Recognized Award. Thank you so much, Iris. All right, and next. Oh, wait, we've got Oh, Iris, you don't know. You don't get away unscathed. If your family is here, we want to take pictures with them. Part of the Pendergast family. That's how this works. Oh, we're canning. All right, our next Be Recognized award goes to another amazing community partner, David Camps, our community partner from Skyline Builders. David? David Camps is a dedicated community partner from Skyline Builders, and he's a deserving recipient of the Be Recognized Award for his generosity, attentiveness, and unwavering support of our district. This year, David and the Skyline Builders team supported the Arenas Family and Pendergast Foundation's annual holiday toy drive, providing toys for over 250 Pendergast students. Additionally, David sponsored the district's Booth or Treat Halloween event for the past 2 years, which brings families together and spreads cheer to our students. His steadfast partnership has made a significant difference, fostering joy and hope among countless students and their families. We are deeply grateful to David and Skyline Builders for their ongoing dedication and impact, truly embodying the spirit of the Be Recognized Award. Congratulations.
Then I'll Photoshop you in the other ones.
Thank you so much, David. We appreciate you. David's another one of those community partners that's up for any old shenanigans that we call and want to get up into. So he's that guy. We love that. All right, and now we are moving on to some of our amazing employees, and I want to welcome up Maria Wheeler, first grade teacher at Sonoran Sky Elementary. Maria Wheeler is a first grade teacher at Sonoran Sky Elementary, and she's earned the Be Recognized Award for her unwavering dedication and proactive approach. Known for her positivity and willingness to go above and beyond, Maria consistently supports her colleagues and fosters a collaborative and uplifting environment. Her commitment to excellence and her ability to make a significant impact on team morale exemplify the spirit of the Be Recognized Award. Congratulations to Maria on this well-deserved recognition. All right, and I am very excited to welcome Victoria Padilla, one of our... Maria and her fan club roll deep, or Victoria and her fan club run deep too, and I love that. Thank you, Victoria. So glad you're here. Victoria is a night shift custodian at Canyon Breeze Elementary, and she has earned the Be Recognized Award for her generosity, dedication, and thoughtfulness. Working tirelessly behind the scenes, Victoria ensures a clean, safe, and welcoming environment for students and staff each day. From cleaning classrooms to securing the building, her hard work is invaluable. Known for her kind gestures, such as bringing snacks and treats for teachers, Victoria always thinks of others and fosters a sense of community. Her consistent communication and reliability make her a trusted point of contact for administration. Congratulations to Victoria on this well-deserved.
Look right there. Okay. Ready? All right. 1, 2, 3.
And our next Be Recognized Award winner is Terry Ward, a PALS teacher from Copper King. Mrs. Terry Ward, PALS teacher at Copper King, has earned the Be Recognized Award for her grace, poise, determination, and unwavering dedication. This year, Mrs. Ward has gone above and beyond by welcoming new students into her classroom, taking on challenges with a smile, and always prioritizing the well-being and success of her students. Her ability to meet the needs of every child while fostering a caring and inclusive environment is truly inspiring. Congratulations to Mrs. Ward on this well-deserved recognition for her impactful contributions and commitment to excellence. Congratulations.
Good job, Mom. Wait, CB, you guys good? You don't want to come up? That's good. Jose, can you just that one just a little bit? Not mine. I wasn't gonna say that. And 1, 2, 3. I gotta get closer to this thing. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you.
All right, and our final Be Recognized award winner for this evening is Valerie Holzer, Professional Pathways Coordinator at Human Resources. Val has earned the Be Recognized Award for her dedication, professionalism, and care. Valerie has gone above and beyond in her role, successfully placing and supporting over 100 interns and student teachers in the Pendergast district this year alone. She collaborates seamlessly with the Education Services team, principals, and teachers to ensure interns and student teachers have the guidance they need from day one. Her efforts have resulted in many past interns becoming valued teachers in our district. Valerie's positive attitude, commitment to excellence, and genuine care for our educators and students make her an exceptional asset to our community. Congratulations, Val, on this well-deserved.
Oh, no, you gotta get her in there. Yes. I'm trying to help you. I know, you're so good. Okay, look wherever these guys are, you know, paparazzi. Oh. That's right. Me too. Okay, ready here. 2, 3. And I think we have a...
We do, Mr. Holzer, come on down.
Look at her, she's already standing in front of you. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Get closer.
Oh, thank you.
Good, how you doing? Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. So, Dr. Cruz, would you like to introduce our students so that they can give their reports, please?
Good evening, Madam President, esteemed board members, student board members, cabinet, and our very enthusiastic community. It's a privilege to get to introduce our student board members who are going to give their board report this evening. Please know that too, our student board members will give an extended board presentation at the January meeting to talk a little bit more about some of their recent experiences. Okay? But we are going to start off with Chelsea from Westwind. Chelsea?
Madam President, we will first start up with Sunset Ridge. Sunset Ridge 5th through 8th grade students put an amazing show at last night's winter concert. All were welcome to attend Wednesday night's K through 4th performance at 5 in the Sunset Ridge gym. Thank you to staff, students, and families who supported Sunset Ridge on Love Our School Day on December 7th. We appreciate the support organizing indoor space as well as adding some colorful plants outside around campus. Moving on to Canyon Breeze. Our recent cultural fair was resounding success, bringing together students, families, and community members to celebrate the rich diversity of our cultures. We had an array of performances, art displays, and showcased the unique traditions and histories of various cultures represented within our school community. The Gingerbread House Project competition for students in 1st through 4th was a resounding success, highlighting the creativity, collaboration, and community spirit of our school. Thank you to everyone who participated, supported, and celebrated this delightful project. We look forward to more exciting events that bring us together and allow us to shine. Moving on to Rio Vista, we had our winter showcase events for kinder, first, second, and third graders. The nights were filled with singing, a technology, and art show display. Our gym was packed with families celebrating their kids. We are excited to celebrate our first ever Mustang robotics teams this year. Our students worked very hard to another robot together to enter into this latest tournament, and they did an awesome job. Moving on to Westwind. Westwind's Love Our School Day went very well. Teachers, students, and homes of our heroes plant flowers in the flower garden, repainted the U.S. map in the common area, and repainted the famous red lines. Lots of fun. A big thank you to the robotics team and coaches. Westwind hosted the West Valley Robotics Team competition, and we're so proud of the teams. And I would like to end off to having an amazing 3-day trip with Jacob and 6 other of my Superintendent Student Council members to a trip to the state capitol for a program called YMCA. YMCA is basically a program where they teach middle schoolers and high schoolers the democracy. We also learn how to debate for bills that the students from other delegations propose. And now Danae will give her reports.
Good evening, Madam President. First off, we will start off with Desmirage. Desmirage is extremely proud of our scholars and educators as we continue to grow in our PBL implementation. We proudly hosted 518 attendees to our PBL exhibition night. Scholars presented wonderful work from designing and building animal sanctuaries to designing and building tiny home communities. All projects showed alignment to our academy vision. Desmirage is celebrating the holidays with winter-themed project-based learning opportunities. Kindergarten is designing/building winter wonderland communities for their gingerbread families. Second grade has designed STEAM stations with winter themes all aligned to Arizona state standards. Thank you as always, Charles Wells, for your support. Next, Desert Horizon. Desert Horizon's Love Our Schools Days was a great success. We were thrilled to have our partners, Core and Orchid Winslow, join us in showing appreciation for our dedicated staff. They provided thoughtful goodie bags and treated everyone to coffee from a local coffee truck, making our Teacher's Start of the Week even more special. We are excited to announce our K through 4th grade music assembly concert on December 20th. This event will be a wonderful opportunity for community building as our Desert Horizon students come together to showcase their musical talents. We look forward to celebrating the creativity and teamwork of our students. Then Amberlea. Amberlea Elementary's recent Love Our School Days was a great success. Students and staff came together to revitalize our media center, transforming it into a more functional and student-friendly space. This exciting project will enhance students' ability to produce engaging morning announcements. Amber Leah is excited for our upcoming holiday festives this week. We are hosting a Winter Wonderland family event, which is expected to bring in over 300 guests in our K through 3rd holiday concert where students will perform the holiday's greatest hits. Lastly, Pendergast. Our music department put on a wonderful holiday performance last week. Our kindergarten and first grades performed along with members of our choir and keyboard club. Pendergast is excited for our annual gingerbread house building contest. Students were provided starter kits by Chartwells and are working on their house. They are working on their houses at home. We expect great participation again this year. And now Jacob will give the last reports.
All right. Good evening, Madam President. Highlights for these schools are Villa de Paz. Villa de Paz proudly hosted over 40 state superintendents and ASU staff on Thursday, December 5th. During their visit, we showcased our exceptional computer science program, robotics initiatives, Dreamscape learning experiences, and newly designed innovative learning spaces, highlighting the cutting-edge opportunities available to our students. Also, we'd like to give a huge shout-out to our incredible music teacher, Mrs. Williams, and all the amazing K-3 teachers and staff who made Friday night's holiday concert such a success. With over 400 family members filling our gym, the students gave outstanding performances that truly lit up the evening. We're still humming the Blitzen Boogie. Wishing you all a joyful and festive holiday season. Happy holidays. Now for Copper King. This season, we had our winter concert and the Steamer Night. Families and community members came out to celebrate our students' talents and abilities in the arts and engineering. We are excited for next year's event and hope you'll be able to join us. Also, the Copper King PTA is excited for our upcoming annual bingo night. It will be on January 10th, 2025, from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. We encourage you all to join us. Now for Sonoran Sky. Sonoran Sky welcomed over 350 stakeholders to the winter celebration under the stars last week, Thursday night. Grade level and choir performances punctuated the night, along with community vendor tables and student council winter activities for all participants. We look forward to future school community events in 2025. Also, Sonoran Sky held its annual spelling bee yesterday during the school day, and we are proud to advance our school winners to the district level competition. Go Comets! Now for Garden Lakes. The Candy Cane Lane tradition continues at Garden Lakes. This welcoming family event put on by our PTA and volunteers was full of performances by choir, band, cheer, and some amazing songs sung by our kindergartners. We want to give a huge thank you to all the families that attended and everyone that made the event so special. We would also like to give a shout out to our cheer coaches, Miss Sanger Vasio, forgive me if I butchered that, and Miss Michelle for putting on an epic cheerleader for a day camp. The cheerleaders taught 40 aspiring Diamondback Mini cheerleaders on simple moves to get the crowd moving, and they all performed a cheer at the end. Also, for a bit of a point of personal privilege, I also attended the 77th Youth in Government Valley of the Sun Conference with Chelsea and 6 of my other superintendent student council members. It was genuinely an amazing opportunity to go see our state capitol, see how our government functions, and how to debate. It was really just a great opportunity to show off some of my debate skills. Also, some awards were handed out, but we're going to touch on that more in January. Anyway, thank you. That is all the reports for tonight.
Thank you. Okay, so I want to recognize Eileen Figueroa, who was here, if she could sit up. Stand up so we can see you. Is Chelsea's sister, and so right over here.
I didn't hear.
And a former student board member.
Oh, yeah, she's a former student board member as well. So as you can see, leadership runs in the family, definitely. And I am sure that yes, let's clap for that. I am sure that Chelsea was inspired by her sister and was able to see firsthand the great opportunity that her sister had, but also the personal sacrifices that are made when you are a leader in terms of having to get up in the morning on Saturday very early to, do service projects and so forth, and the many other things, the fundraising they have to do. But at the end of the day, she saw the benefit to it. And so that is our goal, is to continue to inspire and have our students understand that this is a great opportunity to learn more about leadership and make a difference in their community. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so now we'll start with our summary of current events, and Superintendent and the Governing Board will provide their reports.
Good evening, Madam President, esteemed board members, student board members, cabinet, and community. It's been busy since we last saw each other. We had some amazing Love Our Schools events, so thank you to our incredible principals, staff, and also community members for doing those activities across our district. As you know, Mrs. Pohlmeyer took a group of students to the YMCA Youth and Government opportunity. That was a whole weekend. They were actually in the state capitol, and it sounds like their proposals got further than your superintendent's, so perhaps I should send children along to go talk to some of our state legislators. I'm currently mulling that over. We also had some Saturday Student Council service hours as well. We hosted the ASU Futures meeting, which was really exciting for us to have that opportunity to show the work that we're doing. I just got a message this evening. We are making progress on expanding that across the system, so we're anticipating being able to bring that to you all in January. So stay tuned. I may need to give you an update over the break so that you know where we stand with that. Also really excited that ASU reached out. They have 40, 50 educators from the Netherlands that are interested in coming to see what we're doing here in Pendergast. And so stay tuned. They're focused on the Next Ed workforce model. So we're going to be, directing that group to schools that have really strong implementation of the Next Ed workforce. And we have so many amazing holiday and winter celebrations going on. So again, just kudos to the incredible Ed Services team, our principals, assistant principals. I mean, they have just been working and celebrating everyone, and it's great. So truly appreciate all of those school leaders and our Ed Services team too. As you know, we had World of Dance. That was fantastic. We absolutely love being able to see all different kinds of kids shine. And we had the Foundation Holiday Mixer. We had a new take on that this year that went really well. Again, we can't thank Laura Roman and our foundation board enough for all of their support of that and making that work. We had a great robotics league competition, and we found out that we're actually the only active VEX robotics league in the Valley right now. So we do have students that are traveling from all across the Valley to compete in our league. So our challenge there is that every time we have a meet now, it's a state level competition essentially. And so our team is strategizing right now. Our goal is still global domination, so we're going to get there. I'm not worried about that. We're going to get there. Speaking of global domination, I had the chance. Mr. Pohlmeyer and I went to Canyon Breeze today to go film another segment. And I just have to say that it's so fantastic to see what Mr. Schaefer and that team have done over at Canyon Breeze with esports students and really getting those kids connected and part of a group. And it was great to hear the kids talking about how important collaboration is as they're competing in esports. We might have the wrong picture of esports being like a single person activity, but actually it's really quite team-based and requires a lot of communication. And, I think Joe has just done an exceptional job over there. So it was really fantastic to have the opportunity to spend some time. So if you're looking for me and I'm not in my office, I'm probably hiding at Canyon Breeze. And I also just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. That starts on the 25th this year. Wonderful Kwanzaa celebrations and a very happy New Year. Our team has truly been working hard and reaching to get to that next level of performance this year. And I'm just so proud of them. So it's truly a privilege to get to work with all these amazing colleagues. And I hope that, like me, they nap over the winter break. That's it. Thank you.
Okay. So now we'll go on to our board member reports. Mr. Arenas.
Madam President, members of the board, and community members, I'll be quick. November 21st was our annual toy drive. I do want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for just continued support of the toy drive. I feel it was very successful. And again, kudos to Ed Services and to Dr. Cruz's leadership and support for the annual toy drive. Also, this is the time that I often say 2 times a year, we're landing the plane. So certainly I wish each and every one of you safe 2 to 3 weeks, well, the next 4 weeks, right, as we go into this break and continue the break, to land the plane safely and be safe. Last but not least, wishing students, families, and each and every one of you and your loved ones the best of this winter break. So, thank you.
Okay. And then we have Senator Quesada.
Oh, sure. Thanks, Madam President. I don't have a whole lot to update everyone here today, but I do want to just give another congrats to our Be Recognized Award winners. It's always great to see the individuals that are doing really good things, because I know we hear it from kind of that higher level up when we interact with Dr. Cruz about the good things that are happening in our district, but to see the individuals and hear their individual stories, I think is really great. I know most of them, or pretty much all of them, have left already, but for those of you that know them and work with them in their schools, please thank them also for bringing their families too, because it's great for families to come to see the board, to see the work we do here, and to be recognized for their support of their family members as well. So I just wanted to mention that, and yeah, thank you. That's all I have, Madam President.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam President. There's so many great things going on. There really is. As Dr. Cruz said, we took the kids to Orchid Winslow, and that was a great time for them. The architects at Orchid Winslow are so great with the students. They really are. And our students had to create different, it was either classrooms, administration buildings, outdoor learning centers. They had to create all that during the day. And they did a great job. They really did. And again, I want to thank Orchid Winslow because they host us every year. And they teach the kids about architect. And some kids at the end of the day that hadn't even thought of that as a career choice, they were thinking of it. So it was great watching them. And then I was over at West Wind. They hosted the District Water Festival for our fourth graders. And every fourth grader in the district gets to participate. And they're taught about water conservation, you know, where the water comes from, how our soil is and the effect it will have on things. It was great. Well organized, very well organized. I enjoyed it. And then over to Canyon Breeze, where I was one of the judges in the gingerbread contest, and it was terrific. I mean, the kids did a fantastic job. They really did. And Ms. Pizzo, you said about 300 gingerbread kits were distributed, so that is fantastic. And I want to thank Chartwells because they give the kits to the schools. And then over to Desert Mirage for their problem-based learning exhibits. All grades participated, and they showed what they were working on. They had pamphlets for different things. This was, they were going to create a shelter, and then it's adopt a pet. There was an exotic dragon emporium. Affordable housing. Those kids really are creative, and they really are thinking of, solving some of the problems that we have. It was a great time, and I'll tell you, that gym was crowded. I mean, the parents came and they loved it. It was a great time. And then World of Dance, I was one of the judges, and our kids are really great. They really are. The costumes this year, they were fantastic. And everybody had a great time. And let's see, what school took number one? Who would that be? Oh, Canyon Breeze. But all the students did fantastic. It was great. And then I crashed the district staff holiday celebration. That was fun. And we did the sock exchange where you have to go left and right. There's a story, and then everybody, transfers their stocking, and then you end up with somebody else's, and it's fun. It was a lot of fun. And then I went to the Pendergast Foundation Holiday Mixer, and it was casino night there. They gave us $500 in play money, and I blew it all within, within an hour. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun, and the raffles they had, it was really great. Let's see. Then we had the kids that didn't participate at the Capitol for the SSC. They did sewing for the pillows, and we got a lot done. And then Dr. Cruz and I snuck out for a little bit, went over to Desert Horizon where they were making swag bags to present to the teachers on Monday, and then over to West Wind. And I'll tell you, those red lines are really red now. And the map of the United States was repainted. I saw it the other day, and it's great. Went to the Villa de Paz holiday concert for kindergarten through third grade, and it was excellent. Those kids really could sing. Saturday, I went to the West Valley Robotics, again over at West Wind. A lot of kids participated, and they were so enthused. I know Samuel was there, and he was just so excited. And again, the parents really came out to watch their kids. And then, was it yesterday, Rod? I was over at yours to see the Westwind concerts for the second and third grade. And I'll tell you, those kids can really sing. Really, really great. But again, wonderful things, and thank you to all the staff, the administrators, everybody for hosting these and putting on all these programs. It is fantastic. And everybody have a great holiday and rest a little bit. And the new year is going to be fantastic. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Well, I'll just do a quick ditto of some of the things that my peers have said. Number one, do rest. We know all of you work very, very hard. We know that you're very dedicated, but there's a time and place to rejuvenate. And that's the opportunity for you to do that and reconnect with your family, because I know sometimes it's difficult to do that when you have a lot going on. And so be safe. We all know that the congestion in our community has become crazy. I mean, there's accidents everywhere, and everybody's in a hurry. So just be very, very careful. Be safe out there as you're traveling to events and so forth. The other thing is, I truly enjoy the Be Recognized awards that we do. What you saw out there, people hugging each other and excited. It is about recognizing one person, but you can see that award is for whoever they represent, whether it's a school or a department. They see that as their award because they truly are a community. And so when someone is recognized, they're happy about it. So we need to continue. And in particular, doing it not just internally, but externally with our business partners. That's great. You have individuals like Ms. Oros who, her kids went to our schools, and here she is still giving back. Her kids are gone, right? They're no longer in our elementary school district, but she continues to give. That family continues to give, and that's what we stand for in our Pendergast community. I attended 2 of the Love Our School Day events. I went to Amberlia and I went to Desert Horizon. At Amberlia, it made me feel a little guilty when I walked out of there because their project was to try to reorganize things and declutter the media center. And it reminded me that I need to do that with my closet. I was there and there was several students had come to volunteer, and they were pulling things out, said, okay, so what do we do with this? What do we do with this? And they realized that those things are probably something that needed to be given away to someone else or, throw it in the trash because it's no longer of use for us. And I got there probably an hour after they had started, and it already looked really nice, very, very nice. And so I'm pleased for Amberlia. And then I went over to Desert Horizon, and that was amazing because I was able to get a tour of what has been constructed so far, and it is so exciting, so exciting. It looks really nice. The one thing is the community portion that they're doing outside, like a little patio kiosk. I think that's just gonna be an excellent opportunity, a good venue for Desert Horizon to be able to have an area where they can have their events. And I've attended many of Desert Horizon's events, and they're always packed. There is always, you can't find a parking, and so this I think will bring us together in that new construction. And then today I attended the Pendergast Family Resource Center multicultural luncheon. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. What they do is that they invite the families of the kids, the preschoolers who attend preschool with us, and any of the families that do get any kind of service from us. And the objective is to celebrate, in particular around the holidays, your culture, your history. And there were, yes, of course, the majority were from Latin America countries, but there were others, and it was exciting to see that. They were proudly waving their flags. The kids all made flags from the country that they represent, and there was a parade, and they were going around just swinging those flags. They had some of the kids were wearing their cultural apparel, and it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And they were very proud of it. They had entertainment. Two of the parents who have preschoolers there have musical talent, and they played guitar, and they sang for the audience. And they brought up their kids, and their kids sang, and they sang a Spanish song that is very, very popular. That's for children, and most of the children knew the song, and so they all started coming up and invited themselves up to the front, and it was beautiful to see them singing. It was very nice. And of course, what is the main thing we do when we celebrate our culture? We bring food, and it was a potluck, and I'm telling you, it was delicious. All kinds of different foods. So I really enjoyed that. So I want to thank all of the parents and family members who attended, but a great big shout out to all the staff members. It was absolutely well organized. Everything was just in place. I couldn't see any hitch at all. So, and I know that takes a lot of work to coordinate. Lastly, we're going to be attending the ASBA conference this week. Susan, Dr. Cruz, and myself, and Dr. Cruz, Ms. Tussie, and I will be presenting at the conference. And so at our next meeting, we'll give you an update on that. We're looking forward to that. That's my report. Thank you. Okay, Carrie, are there any citizen comments?
No, there are none.
If you would like to come up, you're welcome to fill out a card and to speak, and then bring it to Carrie at this time. If not, we will move forward. Anyone? Okay. Okay, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through J?
So moved.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? Carrie, roll call vote, please.
Jose Arenas?
Yes.
Martin Cazada?
Yes.
Susan Saring?
Yes.
Hilda Ortega Rosales?
Yes.
There being 4 in favor, there is a quorum, or it passes. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It has passed. It's approved. Okay. Dr. Cruz, are there any new hires or other announcements you would like to make at this point?
Yes, good evening, Madam President, esteemed board members, student board members, cabinet, and the community. We're excited to welcome some new colleagues, including a paid student teacher, Anna Mae Ames at Westwind. We also have Natalie Gomez joining us at Amber Lea. Cindy Macias Vidaca is going to be joining us at Rio Vista, and Angelica Peredia is going to be joining the Transportation Department. So congratulations to them, and welcome to Pendergast. We are so glad that you're here.
Thank you. Tonight, we have a special presentation from the Educational Services Department on grants and federal update. I would like to thank or invite Dr. Brown and her team to come up and present.
Good evening, Madam President, esteemed members of the board, Dr. Cruz, cabinet, and our fabulous community. As always, it is my honor and privilege to stand before you as the Chief Academic Officer for Pendergast School District, representing our Ed Services team, and to introduce Miss Amy Christopher, our Director of School Improvement, Federal Programs, and all kinds of other things. One of our biggest challenges and responsibilities and honors is how we spend our money to support our students, and so we could not do this without the support and oversight of Ms. Christopher, making sure that we know where the money's coming from, where it's going, and that we're reporting out accurately. So with that, Amy, I'll turn it over to you to give us an update.
Right, so this evening I will provide an update, an overview of our federal programs and grants. Specifically, we're going to speak to the 5 different grant applications you see on the slide. So our title dollars are mostly bundled in our ESCA consolidated grant. And that supports increasing our student academic achievement across our system. Title III are supplemental dollars for our EL language, our English language learner program. Our IDEA Part B consolidated grant, that's another mouthful, that's to support our students with disabilities, so additional supplemental dollars. I'm going to share with you our ESSER III American Rescue Plan. We still are expending our funds, so we have late liquidation dollars that we're working with this school year, and I'll share that update, and then some program-specific grants with state and federal funds. And so to start with our first, I mentioned our Title I-A dollars. There's a district set-aside portion and a school site portion. And so we look at the needs per our school improvement plan as a district level, and then each school's individual plan. And so we're going to start by talking about 51% of our current budget is in district set-asides. And our overall amount you can see in green in the upper right-hand corner, that's at $2,781,013.97. So out of that, the $1,419,610.85, that is our district set-asides, and there are required set-asides, and then the rest are optional based on the needs that we see for our community. And so that's what's listed here. And so to break them down a little bit more for you, that overall LEA administration, so that is 6 specific positions in educational services. That includes 0.75 of my position, our Executive Director of Curriculum and Innovation, our Director of Student Support for Climate and Culture, our Assistant Director of Interdisciplinary Literacy, and the rest of our federal programs team. So that's our federal programs and grant specialist, and we have a technician that assists with our work. And so that's what that administration is inclusive of. And then we do have a budget, about $7,575 of those dollars, that's for grant management resources. So to keep us up to date if there are updates with fun things like Edgar and other fun things in my world, and then any compliance monitoring that we need to do. So we do have a Title I crate, that's an online crate in the cloud that helps us keep our documents secure across our system, and we interface with our school sites with that. And that's $7,150 annually to have that online crate. And so that's what's in that set aside. The second set aside, and you'll see this in all our grants, we have a set amount for our indirect costs, and that's 3.11. And so that is budgeted for each of our grants. The next set aside is a required one, so we are required to provide services to private schools, and so we have 9 private schools that have kids who they reside in our district, but the schools they're attending are outside our borders. And so we're the pass-through for the funds for those students. And so what it's used for is after-school programs. It could be social emotional learning or counseling programs that we consult with those particular schools about, so they are serving students who are not yet proficient. And so that's meeting our responsibility, and that's at $57,361. is the amount set aside for that. Then we have LEA instructional programs, and so what I'm always excited to talk about is that's inclusive of our summer school program, and so $101,850 of what you see in that LEA level program, that is summer school. So we're utilizing those funds to plan our summer school program. And you'll hear me mention summer school and a couple of other applications. We always break funds to have the most robust program we can. Other programs, the remainder of those funds would be for our EduClimber multi-tiered system of support. That is an online interactive data tracking system. So we use that as a district level, at a site level, and teachers can look down to the student level to make sure that we are planning appropriately for all students. And so that is what that supports. So our services for students experiencing homelessness is a required set aside. That's the salaries and benefits for our liaison who supports that work. He is also our point of contact for foster care, and we'll talk about that budget at the end. In addition to that, there's some supplies for hygiene kits, backpacks, and clothing. It's $12,500 of the funding amount that you see on the screen. The next set aside for family and community engagement also is a requirement. The majority of those funds are for our Title I parent liaison, Angelica Martinez, who does an amazing job. We have community hubs established. Families from all across the district attend workshops at various locations in the district, and she also offers English language classes and other workshops, but fully and in person. So she is teaching, which is wonderful. And so beside her salary and benefits, that budget line of $86,645, those are her supplies. So if she books, coloring, crayons, or supplies for the students that are attending with their parents in the workshop she's supporting. And then our professional development set aside, the overall amount of that $238,683.10, or the majority of the amount, to correct that, is $234,123. So it's a chunk of that is for 3 FTE instructional coaches. We want to make sure that we have an instructional coach in place at each one of our school sites. So we're continuing to braid funds with Title I, 301 funds, and then our MAUR, so our K-3 funding, to ensure we have the FTE so each school site can have a 1.0 instructional coach. So that's the majority of that funding. In addition to that, there's some funds for conferences, such as attendees to the OELIS conference that just took place, or our ESCA Arizona-based conferences that happen in the spring, to keep our team up to date on next steps for our programs. And then at the bottom, last, definitely not least, this is a new budget for us. We do survey our group homes annually per the count that we submit to the state. Last year, we were provided a budget of $2,716.14. It's specific for services and support for identified students in foster care. And so per the survey we've just completed, we anticipate that budget to be approximately the same next year, but that is a newer set aside that is required of us to include in our budget. Moving to the schools, still that overall amount, our school allocations are $1,361,403.12. When we set these amounts, we look at the history of our per pupil allocation. So per each school site's enrollment, doing that math, we take that per pupil. This year it's $212.52. You can see the history on the screen of where that has been. What is newer in our grant application is we're now able to see what the school sites expend. So in fiscal year 24, we budgeted $244.37. Our schools expended $200.87. And we're trying to stay there or above. So we want to make sure they have the funding needed to enact their school improvement plan. And primarily that's our Title I reading interventionist is the majority of each of our schools' budget. We budget for people first that help us serve our students. And then if they have additional funds, they are budgeting that accordingly to the needs of their campus and their school improvement plan. In that big grant is also Title II dollars. You'll see that at the bottom in that blue arrow. It's $445,314.82. Again, we're starting with thinking about our people that help us with our programs. And so it does include 3 positions. So one position is our Assistant Director of Innovative and Experiential Learning, our Neurodiversity, Equity, Inclusion Coordinator, and our lead mentor teacher. So we first have those positions that are in our Ed Services Department and are helping us serve our students. So those purchase professional services, we had carryover funds for Title II that's inclusive in the amount that you see. we're going to utilize those professional services in the spring to support our instructional coaches. So we're moving to focus on an evidence-based coaching model, student-centered coaching, which is based on data. And so that will be some services to provide them with the training and materials they need, so they're helping all of the teachers in our system. And the supplies related to that, that will be a book for a book study related to what I just mentioned. And then we have a classroom walkthrough data collection system to support our principals and coaches as they are walking through the classrooms, collecting evidence of classroom instruction and communicating with teachers. And so that is another piece that's included in those costs to support our school programs. Our Title IV is also an ECA consolidated. This is always a wonderful grant to talk about. Student support, think about safe and healthy schools, and then academic enrichment. So we want well-rounded students, and we want to give them other opportunities. And so those salaries and benefits, those are our 2 SEL mentors that support students in our schools. It's our esports program. It's the stipends for those after-school program coordinators. And it also provides us with a day of training, so some stipends for off-contract work, but focused on technology and innovation. The purchase professional service at this time is our Desert Sounds Mariachi program. That is the cost of having that program running in our spring and summer. And then the supplies relate to our esports and career exploration. So the VR headsets, any materials and supplies needed for esports, we have a replenishment budget there. And then $32,400 is for our PBIS reward system. And so that is utilized by all schools to support that safe and healthy environment for our kids. New grant, our Title III, this is supporting our English language learners and language acquisition. The overall allocation is $362,601.68. Again, it's specific to salaries and benefits. And on this slide, you can see it bulleted out. As far as our focus, we're really excited to have funding to have a newcomer spring tutoring program. So that is in the planning stages now. We will launch that in January and February. We will be having a newcomer focused EL learning summer program. So we will braid funds here with Title I to support that. We currently have a language acquisition instructional coach. It's for salaries and benefits. And we have an off-contract support for one of our Title I reading interventionists. She is coordinating the Latino Family Literacy Project. So those are classes that are offered solely and exclusively to the parents of our English language learners. Associated supplies, the majority of the supplies is Lexia English. That's an online program that supports our language learners and is used across our school district, specifically for our newcomer students, and then of course our indirect costs. The next grant that I'm going to speak to supports our students with disabilities. So these are supplemental funds. The overall amount is $1,875,714.18. It includes both basic, so the overall program for students with disability, and then preschool specific dollars that are a little over $88,000. And so to break that down a little bit more, you can see it's salaries and benefits. And so just to speak, that's a large amount. So to speak to what that represents, it's 18 FTE, special ed certified teachers. We have an early childhood special ed certified itinerant teacher, 1 school psychologist intern, and so we're focused on that grow your own model, and so that is why that is included there. We want to make sure we're developing our pool of certified school psychologists, 1 FTE occupational therapist, and then some off-contract stipends for our special ed certified staff who are supporting evaluations, writing IEPs, and work that's related to our students with disabilities. The purchase professional services are contracted services for special education teachers until other teachers are hired, so there's a budget for that. And then also some professional development for our ESS department staff to attend training relevant to students with disabilities. The supplies, we have 2 subscription-based curriculums that are used by our exceptional student services department, so they are intentionally placing them where they will benefit students. And that is unique learning systems and a news to you. And so that is the cost that is in the supply line. And then we have our indirect cost amount as well. Preschool specific, same thing, salaries first. When we're looking at that, it's 2 early childhood instructional assistants in the salary and benefits line. We have some conferences that are related training for assistant director of early childhood and exceptional student services and a school psychologist so they can bring back that preschool related content, and then supplies related to serving our preschool students who are students with disabilities. Our ESSER 3 liquidation, what I'm excited to share is at the end of the late liquidation period, we will have expended at least 98% of our overall grant. We had that large grant amount. That's what you can see at the bottom of the slide. Our last 80%, we were required, that was discretionary. We had that specific budgets that have been presented previously to the governing board, and our last expenditure there, of course, was our retention stipends. So our 20% is about addressing any learning loss or specific to enrichment or out-of-school time activities. With the late liquidation, we are required to do contracted services, but we have 2 existing partners that we will utilize for the work. So the first is Read Better, Be Better. So it's Read Better, Be Better for our spring and then working with us in the summer. And then one-to-one tutoring has been providing state tutoring support to Amber Leah and Sonora and Sky, and we would like to expand that. We've seen success in that. They actually provide us with fully certified teachers with an endorsement in reading who provide small group support during the school day. They can also provide support after school. So this is currently specialist approved. The minute we get a director approval from ADE, we will be moving forward with a more robust after school program and summer school, and we will braid that with our other funds that I've mentioned for summer school. So that's why this part is exciting to me, and you can see the amount that will boost us with that work for after school and summer school on the slide. And then program specific to round out the presentation, we have some very specific grants that we're very proud of. So 21st Century, just huge kudos to Amber Leah and Canyon Breeze. They were each awarded respectively a 21st Century grant. We manage that at a district level, but it's truly a site-based program. And Canyon Breeze and Amber Leah, they are working quite hard to make sure they have out-of-school time opportunities, enrichment and academic for their students. And that is an ongoing grant, which that is exciting. First Things First grant, thank you for sharing. They have amazing events at the Pendergast Family Resource Center. That $300,000 that we received from First Thing First provides the salaries and benefits and operational supplies for that entire program. We were awarded a foundational literacy coach grant. We currently have 1 FTE literacy coach who's direct hire. We will have 2 joining us in January that we're contracting through a partner, Catapult Learning, in lieu of hiring. We're looking for the right candidates. And so we are able to utilize the grant funds to get coaching support now, but we will be hiring our own 2 additional coaches, which is really exciting to have 3. And that's focused on K-3 support at the schools that you can see listed. Our SEI budget comprehensive offsets the cost that we have for any teacher who's providing targeted ELD instruction. So it's really supporting us with that budget. And you can see that amount on the slide, that $229,824.57. That varies per year, but that's what it goes towards to support. And then our targeted support and improvement grant, we previously had schools that were identified as targeted support and improvement through federal accountability. We have a grant award of $110,000, and it's supporting our Tier 1 focused work related to teacher clarity, for example, and it's specific training for teachers, for educators, supplies. We have teacher clarity playbooks and materials for all teachers in our district. So we are looking to improve our Tier 1 instructional practice. Thank you for this opportunity to share that with you. Do you have any questions for me?
Anyone? No comments, no questions?
I appreciate the presentation.
Thank you.
And, everything, what goes where. That is good. Thank you.
I have one question. On the portion where you talked about the foster care funding that is new, what are we using that money for?
Right now, we need to relook at the funding. Right, currently we're using it for supplies related to specific students. So as those students are coming, the same way that we do our McKinney-Vento dollars. So as Johnny Martinez is interfacing with group homes, and we have students in foster care that may have a foster family, those needs, clothing, hygiene supplies, it's utilized in the same way we would utilize our McKinney-Vento grant. If there is an opportunity, as I'm talking about after school, or if there's an expenditure or a way we can remove a barrier for a student to participate in a program we have after school or in summer, currently we haven't identified a barrier. That's another way that we could use the funds. So we will keep
So that
evaluating
athletic
that.
fee of some sort?
Right. And we would need to evaluate that, identify it, and then have it pre-approved in the grant to be allowable in order to make it available in that way. But it's a newer grant, so we can
Yeah.
are looking at how best to use it.
And that's separate from the state-funded opportunities. Okay.
No question.
No, you had your time.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Madam President. I was curious about the ESEA consolidated loans for the school allocations.
Yes.
And how the amount was like lower this year, yet it was more than what we had spent. So I guess my question is, how are those amounts, how are those amounts determined? Is it based on what we spend or?
It's kind of layered a bit. We get a preliminary or initial allocation, and so our first thought and our first priority is people.
Right.
So we're looking at staffing. Can we sustain staffing? And so this year, how that worked is our budget truly was people. And we look at if we don't make sure that per pupil holds, that will impact our school sites potentially if their enrollment has changed, being able to fund that Title I reading interventionist position that we want to make sure is secure. So that's how we look at that balance. We've been trying to be like 50-50 or even have it higher on the school end. But right now with the needs and how we're serving in ed services, it's a little bit more like 51 on the ed services side. But hopefully I'm answering your question well right now. But it's really taking that into account, starting with your salaries and benefits, evaluating programs as we're talking about what are priority funded lines. And then like truly being able to speak about summer school, I get excited because we don't fund that initially. We fund people, and then once we get our final allocation, which just happened, actually IDEA, I think a week ago, we have a little bit more funds than what's represented here, and I'll put that in an update to you coming for our IDEA grant. So things are still in progress, but our summer school we build out later. So I'm excited to share right now that we can do that. So hopefully that answers it. So layers.
Thank you, Madam President.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Brown and Ms. Christopher, for such a deep, in-depth presentation on these grants. These are so critical to the success and the goals and the priorities that we have for our district. I can't imagine doing what we want to do and what we've set to do without this funding.
Thank you.
Okay, are there any items anyone would like to add to future board agendas? Our next meeting is Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. Can you imagine that? I'll say 24 for a month at least. And it'll be here at our district office, and it'll be at 6 p.m. It'll be a regular meeting. We will, at that point, also be doing a swearing-in ceremony for our newly elected board members. Okay, thank you very much. I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
A second.
Roll call.
Jose Arenas?
Yes.
Martin Casada?
Yes.
Susan Sarin?
Yes.
Hilda Ortega Rosales? There being 4 in favor, the motion carries.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Our meeting has ended. And have a happy holiday.